I mean, ultimately, I think we'll be making tens of millions of robots a year type of thing. It's like serious volume. Maybe 100 million robots a year. It's wild. Yeah.
The richest man in the world, Elon Musk, is making a massive bet on Tesla's humanoid robot, Optimus. He believes Tesla can eventually produce millions of these robots every year and sell them for around $20,000 each. It's clear that profit is a major driver behind this push. According to Musk, Optimus has the potential to turn Tesla into a $25 trillion company. In Musk's own words, Optimus, I think, is literally a $25 trillion market cap situation. To put that into perspective, Apple, currently the most valuable company in the world, has a market cap of about $2.9 trillion. If Tesla actually reaches a $25 trillion valuation thanks to Optimus, it would be worth more than 8 times what Apple is today. That's mind-blowing. Now, maybe you're not a fan of Elon Musk. Maybe you think he's always hyping things up. But whether you like him or not, it's hard to argue with his track record. The guy didn't become the world's richest person by luck. He's built massive, successful companies again and again. So if he's pouring time and money into TeslaBot, it's not just because he can. It's because he sees something big. Billionaires like Musk tend to operate on a vision most people can't fully see. At least not yet. Right now, most people still think of Tesla as just an electric car company. But that image is changing fast. Tesla is evolving into a full-blown tech company, and possibly even a robotics company. Why? Because Optimus might end up being Tesla's most valuable product ever. In fact, Musk has said he believes Optimus could be worth more than all of Tesla's other products combined. He even called it the biggest product of all time, by far. Nothing will even come close. I think it'll be 10 times bigger than the next biggest product ever made. He also predicts that, with Optimus and self-driving technology, Tesla could eventually become the most valuable company in the world. But here's the catch. All of this depends on whether the Tesla bot can actually deliver. If Optimus turns out to be clunky or not very useful, then that $20,000 price tag will just buy you a fancy toy with limited value. No one's going to shell out for that. However, if it ends up being as intelligent and capable as Musk claims, if it really has what he calls a real brain that outperforms anything else out there, then everything changes. Demand would skyrocket. People wouldn't just buy it, they'd line up for it. People are going to be lining up to get their hands on one of these once they realize how useful it really is, especially when that usefulness starts turning into real money. Think about it. You pay $20,000 up front, but after that, you might never need to hire a store clerk, a housekeeper, or even a tutor again. Suddenly, Optimus isn't just some fancy gadget. It's a machine that saves you time and makes you money. If you're someone who likes making money, getting an Optimus might be a no-brainer. Elon Musk even said, "I think every one of the 8 billion people on Earth is going to want their own Optimus buddy. Some might even want 2. So what makes Optimus so different from all the other robots out there? Why does Elon Musk keep calling it a robot with a real brain? Tesla's robot has something most others don't. Advanced intelligence. Musk said, "Our robot has a real brain." Now, to be clear, it's not a biological brain like the one inside your head. What he means is that it's powered by a super intelligent AI system that can process information, learn, and react faster and more accurately than a human in many situations. Sounds wild, right? Picture this. You don't even need to give it verbal instructions. Just a gesture or a look can be enough. Point to the floor, and it starts mopping. Rub your stomach, and it knows to make you a meal. If a guest shows up, it gets drinks ready without being asked. That's the kind of brain Elon Musk is talking about. One that's aware of its surroundings, understands context, and takes initiative. It's more than just automation. It's intelligent behavior. Imagine having your own personal robot buddy who's not just helpful, but truly smart. It can clean your house, mow your lawn, walk the dog, teach your kids, babysit, and even help with producing goods and services. Need something folded? It'll grab the shirt, fold it, and move on to the next task. These actions will eventually generalize across many scenarios, making Optimus incredibly versatile. And here's another wild part. In some ways, Optimus's brain will learn like we do. Tesla's engineers say the robot will get smarter over time by learning from data, just like a person gathers knowledge through experience. But unlike us, Optimus doesn't need years in school or reminders to remember what it learned. While the human brain can forget things or need repetition, Optimus will store information instantly and reliably, growing smarter without the usual limits of human memory. From the very first time Optimus receives data, it remembers and organizes it perfectly. Take cooking as an example. For us, learning how to make a new dish usually takes several tries. We have to look up the recipe again and again, remember the ingredients, follow the steps in order. It's a lot to keep track of. But for Optimus, it only needs to do it once. The moment it learns a new task, like cooking a dish, it stores the entire process efficiently. So the next time, it doesn't need to remember anything. It just does it. That kind of instant retention is part of what makes the Tesla bot so valuable. Elon Musk is confident Optimus will be able to learn new tasks simply by watching a video. It can watch a person doing something and just learn from the video. Then it can do that same task itself. That's made possible by Tesla's advanced AI tech, things like machine learning and deep learning, which let the robot adapt and improve its actions over time, much like a human would. This smart brain gives Tesla a serious edge. Most people don't want to spend hours training a robot from scratch after buying it. And with Optimus, they won't have to. It can learn on its own, making it far more practical and appealing for everyday use. Now, it's true. If robots get this smart, it's inevitable that some human jobs will be replaced. We've talked about this before. The opportunities and the risks that come with Optimus. Yes, it might take some jobs, but it'll also create new ones. That's the kind of future we're stepping into. What's important to remember is that Musk has made one thing very clear. Optimus is not some dangerous AI like an iRobot or the Terminator. It's being developed as a helpful assistant for the home, friendly, useful, and designed to make life easier. Sure, you might have seen clips of Optimus walking kind of awkwardly in the early days. People joked about it wobbling like Biden or a drunk guy. But here's the truth. That wasn't a flaw. That wobble was actually part of its design. With a low center of gravity and a high-tech sensor system, Optimus is built to stay balanced on uneven surfaces and maneuver in tight spaces. And just recently, Musk announced an update that significantly improved its walking posture. Now, Optimus walks with straighter legs and more stability compared to how it moved last year. And here's the surprising part. Walking better actually means it's getting smarter. Sounds strange, right? But in robotics, improved physical control and posture reflect better understanding of balance, motion, and the environment. So yeah, when Optimus starts walking more like a human and less like a meme, it's a sign of serious progress. Let's talk about what makes Optimus truly intelligent. Every single step it takes is powered by a neural network. Basically, an AI brain that's constantly making real-time decisions about how to move based on its environment. On flat ground, Optimus walks smoothly and upright. But if it's going up a hill or walking across uneven terrain, it naturally bends its knees, just like a human would, to keep its balance. That kind of smart, adaptive movement is a big deal. It shows how advanced Tesla's AI really is. Optimus isn't using a one-size-fits-all walking style. It adjusts its entire gait depending on the situation. That puts it miles ahead of traditional automation systems, and it's one of the main reasons people are starting to take this robot seriously. Now let's talk about one of the most complex and important parts of Optimus, its hands. Believe it or not, from an electromechanical perspective, Elon Musk has said that the hands alone account for almost half of all the engineering work that went into building the robot. Why? Because so much of human intelligence is expressed through what we do with our hands. Think about it. If Optimus is going to cost around $20,000, there's a good chance that just the hands are worth nearly $9,000 of that. So if you end up owning an Optimus one day, treat those hands with care. repairs won't be cheap. Recreating the complexity of the human hand is one of the hardest challenges in robotics. It involves not just joints and fingers, but the fine control of tendons, nerves, and small movements. But incredibly, Tesla pulled it off and shocked the entire robotics industry in the process. They created a robotic hand with 22 degrees of freedom. If that sounds too technical, here's what it means. The human hand has 27 degrees of freedom. That's what allows us to grip, twist, move each finger independently, and do everything from tying shoelaces to building skyscrapers. Our hands quite literally helped us shape the modern world, and Tesla knew that to make Optimus truly capable, they had to replicate that same functionality as closely as possible. Elon Musk said, "If you want a humanoid robot that can actually do what a human does, it's a really high bar to clear." Tesla's newer arm design now has 22 degrees of freedom, up from just 11 in the earlier versions. At one point, the team tried putting all the actuators, the parts that control movement, inside the hand itself, but that made the hands comically oversized. You end up with these giant hands, which just looked weird, Musk admitted. So to keep the hands slim and human-like, they had to rethink the design entirely. And what they came up with is not only functional, it's elegant. Optimus's hand has a lot going on under the surface, literally. It's packed with actuators, which are the components that allow it to move. But here's the challenge. How do you fit all that complex machinery into a hand without making it too bulky or clumsy? If you cram too many actuators into the hand itself, you end up sacrificing flexibility and strength. The hand gets bigger, slower, and less precise. So, Tesla's engineers came up with a clever workaround. Instead of stuffing everything into the hand, they moved some of the actuators down into the forearm. That way, the hand stays slim, functional, and still powerful. Here's something most people don't even think about. Our fingers aren't all the same length for a reason. That difference in length is what gives humans superior dexterity. If every finger were the same size, we'd lose a lot of fine motor control. Take the pinky, for example. It's the smallest finger, but it plays a huge role in grip strength and delicate tasks. Lose your pinky, and your ability to handle fragile or precise objects drops noticeably. Tesla clearly understood this, and it's reflected in how meticulously they designed Optimus's hands to match human anatomy. As Elon Musk pointed out, your dexterity is actually better if your fingers are different lengths. There's a reason we have a little finger. It allows you to do fine, delicate movements. Optimus is one of the few robots with 5 fingers of varying lengths, just like a human hand. This design isn't just for show. It gives it the ability to handle tasks requiring incredible precision, like holding an egg without breaking it or carefully pouring a drink. In the future, it could take on even more advanced tasks. What's interesting is how Tesla approaches robotics differently than most companies. While competitors focus on flashier features like running, jumping, doing flips, or moving as fast as possible, Tesla is focused on what actually matters: the hands. Why? Because studies show that the ability to grasp, manipulate, and interact with objects is deeply tied to the connection between the brain and the hands. Think about someone playing the piano. The brain has to precisely control each finger in real time to match rhythm and hit the right keys. That takes an enormous amount of processing power. Elon Musk even said, "Our next generation robot has 22 degrees of freedom in the hand. It'll be able to play the piano." It's really like, wow. So when we talk about Optimus's hands, we're not just talking about a part that performs tasks. The hands are also how the robot learns, adapts, and improves. Every action it takes feeds back into its brain, helping it understand the world better and refine its skills. And that's just the beginning. TeslaBot isn't just learning to do things, it's learning to get better at them, just like we do. Tesla is gearing up for mass production of the Optimus robot this year, starting with its production line at the Fremont factory. Right now, it takes Tesla about 1 hour and 45 minutes to build a single Optimus. According to Elon Musk, the company is aiming to produce around 5,000 units this year. Technically, They're preparing enough parts to build 10,000 to maybe even 12,000 robots, but Elon has been honest about the challenges. Since this is a brand new product with entirely new systems, I'd consider it a success if we hit even half that number, he said. It's a bold goal. To hit the higher end of the target, Tesla would need to build one robot every 44 minutes, which is an incredibly fast pace, especially when you compare it to current humanoid robot manufacturing timelines. There's also the unknown impact of the 145% tariff on Chinese imports recently introduced by Trump. It could pose challenges, but Tesla may be able to rely on its US-based infrastructure to keep things moving. While Elon Musk is usually very confident when talking about EV production, he's taking a more cautious and realistic tone with Optimus. The goal of 5,000 units might sound modest for a company like Tesla, but it makes perfect sense. Mass producing something so complex and so new is never easy, especially for a company still known primarily as an electric vehicle manufacturer. There are big hurdles to overcome: setting up a dedicated assembly line, hand assembling key components, at least for now, and hiring skilled workers to make sure everything runs smoothly. Tesla is actively recruiting for Optimus-related roles to meet these challenges. Add in supply chain issues, complicated assembly steps, rigorous testing, and fine-tuning the robot's intelligence. It's a lot more work than most people realize. Sure, Tesla's mastered large-scale EV production, but building humanoid robots is a whole different level. It demands extreme precision, constant iteration, and tons of patience. The good news? Tesla's already applying what it's learned from EVs to Optimus: real-world AI from its self-driving program, expertise in electric motors, batteries, and power electronics, structural engineering know-how, and most importantly, manufacturing efficiency. In just over 2 years, Tesla has rolled out 3 generations of Optimus. That's a staggering pace of development. Generation 3 is expected to launch next year, once the current version's production is running smoothly. It'll be the most advanced model yet, and might come with a higher price tag. Would you pay $60,000 for a robot that can handle nearly every daily task? For many, that's still a good deal, especially when you think about all the possibilities. Imagine having a Tesla bot as part of your everyday life. You wouldn't have to be formal or overly polite with it. You could tell it a story and see how it reacts. More than that, it could actually help improve your life in small, meaningful ways. Need reminders to take your medication? Done. Forget appointments often? Optimus could notify you in advance. It could even help elderly family members get more comfortable with technology by giving simple, easy-to-understand guidance on using smartphones and tablets. For children, Optimus could become an interactive learning companion, teaching basic skills through games and puzzles, making education feel natural and engaging. Thanks to its ability to understand and respond naturally, Optimus isn't just a robot. It's a helpful, intelligent assistant. It can improve how we learn, communicate, and interact with the world around us. There's so much untapped potential here, and we've only scratched the surface. So, what do you think? If the Tesla bot turns out to be truly useful, would you be willing to pay for one? Let us know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into Tesla bot or Tesla's latest EV tech, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Next Gen Theories. Make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss our latest uploads. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.